Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell. The 2020 Jeep Gladiator is one of the most highly anticipated vehicles to launch in years. It melds the off-road capability of a Wrangler with the versatility of a mid-size pickup truck, so now you can do hardcore rock crawling, bring a load of friends, and all their gear. And even though this off-road focused brand has been out of the pickup game for decades, because remember, Comanche was the last rig they built with production ending in 1992, Jeep has a proud heritage of building trucks dating all the way back to the 40s. Now, compared to a Wrangler Unlimited, this thing is nearly 30 inches longer, clocking in at 218 from bumper to bumper. The wheelbase has been stretched accordingly by more than 19 inches. And all of that was done to accommodate this, the bed. It's made of steel and measures 5 feet in length, but the tailgate is actually aluminum, and it's got a couple neat tricks up its sleeve. As you can see, it's nicely dampened, plus it's fairly easy to lock in a mid-range position, which allows you to slide 4x8 sheets of building material. Yes, they do fit. They should slide right in on top of each wheel well. But it doesn't take a Jeep aficionado to notice something is missing. As you can see, the spare tire has been relocated from this general area to underneath the bed and behind the rear axle, just like on other pickup trucks. As for capability, this vehicle can tow up to 7,650 pounds when properly equipped. That's more than the best a Ford Ranger can do, but it's a little bit less than what a diesel-powered Chevy Colorado can drag. As for payload, they max out at 1,600 pounds. Up front, you'll find wider grille slots than on the Wrangler for increased airflow to enable that towing capability. And behind that grille, 2 different engines will be offered. The base power plant is a friendly and familiar 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. It's rated at 285 horses, 260 pound-feet of torque, and I love this engine in practically every application FCA uses it in. It's smooth running and it sounds really good. Now, sometime in 2020, a 3-liter EcoDiesel V6 will also join the lineup, and it's going to be rated at 260 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. When it comes to transmissions, the gasoline V6 can be bolted to a 6-speed manual, which is awesome, and thank you, Jeep, for continuing to offer 3 pedals. Of course, it can also be matched to an 8-speed automatic. Now, the diesel, that's 8-speed only. As for fuel economy, with the gasoline engine and an automatic transmission, expect 17 miles per gallon in city driving, 22 on the highway, and 19 mpg combined. If you go with the manual, you'll get 16, 23, and 19. Now, those figures really aren't all that impressive for the mid-size truck segment. They're really more full-size figures, but let's keep in mind this Gladiator can really go places that you would never take a full-size truck. Now, just like the Wrangler on which this thing is based, the Gladiator is incredibly refined on road. Well, refined for a vehicle that can literally climb mountains and has a live axle at each end. The ride is quite smooth, though it is a little bit jiggly at times, and it does wander in its lane of travel just a little bit, but these are very minor complaints when you consider just how capable the Gladiator is. As in the Wrangler, you get the same upscale interior, which in higher-end models features plenty of soft plastic and contrast color stitching. Oh, and real metal around the climate control here. Now, when it comes to backseat comfort, Jeep is claiming the Gladiator has best-in-segment legroom, and I believe that it's quite comfy back there. Another bonus, those rear seats will flip and fold, revealing plenty of storage cubbies, which is always convenient. But pavement isn't really where the Gladiator feels at home. It wants to play in the dirt. Yeah, now this is more like it. There aren't many places you can't take one of these pickup trucks since they have more than 11 inches of ground clearance and can drive through 30 inches of water. For reference, that's up to about the bottom of the grill. 2 different four-wheel drive systems are offered. Now, Command Track is sort of the base one, and it's included in Sport and Overland trims. But the Rock Track system is standard in Rubicon models. Now, it includes locking differentials, a 4-to-1 crawl ratio, and even a disconnecting front sway bar for much greater suspension articulation in really gnarly conditions. In addition to the prerequisite skid plates, Rubicon models are also fitted with protective rails that help shield the cab and bed from damage in really rough conditions. Now, you can also get a forward-facing camera mounted in the grille that lets you see obstacles that are right in front of the vehicle. Of course, the Gladiator here is extremely capable in the dirt since, essentially, it's just a Jeep Wrangler, but it might not be quite as maneuverable on tighter trails since, obviously, the body is a lot longer. The 2020 Jeep Gladiator is slated to go on sale in May, and it's going to be offered in 4 different trim levels. There's Sport, Sport S, Overland, and Rubicon. Now, base price is just about $35,000, though the range-topping Rubicon version, it kicks off at $45,000. Now, both of those prices do include $1,495 in destination charges. You can call the Gladiator a midsize pickup, but it's kind of in a segment all its own. In everyday use, it is a little bit less comfortable than either a Ford Ranger or Chevrolet Colorado, but in the dirt, it can do things neither of those rivals can. So, whether you want a smaller pickup truck with everyday civility or mountain goat capability, well, you've now got a choice. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the AutoGuide.com YouTube channel to get all of our latest features and vehicle reviews.